Oh, those Super Bowls in Texas. Not only were they memorable, one of them changed broadcasting as we know it. Our old friend, author, football history expert, and host of the Unvarnished Football podcast, Jackson Michael, is our guest. And let's just get right into it. Super Bowl VII. Now, while this was certainly not the first pro football championship game ever played in Texas, Super Bowl VII was the first in the modern Super Bowl era. It was played at Rice Stadium in Houston, 1974, between the defending champs Miami Dolphins, who crushed the Minnesota Vikings 24-7.
I've talked to Bob Griese about the 73 team that won the Super Bowl at Rice Stadium. He said he thought that team was better because the defense was better. Overall, they were a year stronger. And, Minnesota didn't score until the fourth quarter. There's never been a shutout in Super Bowl history, and that's almost as close as it's ever come.
Fast forward to 2004 for Super Bowl 38 at Reliant Stadium, now NRG in Houston again. This was an underrated game with an exciting finish, but this is where that infamous wardrobe malfunction happened during halftime with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. Yep, now all broadcasting is on a 7-second delay. But hey, let's pick it up at the fourth quarter.
It was 14-10 going into that fourth quarter, so the teams just started scoring from out of nowhere. It was very exciting, and the Panthers almost pulled off a comeback.
Then in 2011, on an icy day at Arlington Cowboys Stadium, now AT&T Stadium, 103,000 gathered for Super Bowl 45, the first Super Bowl in North Texas, with Green Bay beating Pittsburgh 31-25. It
was very cold, and they hadn't quite finished the stadium, from what I remember. And some people didn't have their tickets, and it was a big mess because they had more tickets than they had seats in a couple of areas. It was excruciating for me to watch as a Packer fan. But then Clay Matthews, linebacker Clay Matthews, he forced a fumble in the Steelers' backfield, and the Packers recovered, and that really changed the momentum.
Finally, Super Bowl 51 in 2017 back at NRG Stadium in Houston. The Patriots staged the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, overcoming a 28-3 deficit to beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-28 in overtime.
And I remember saying to my neighbor who was sitting next to me, I said, you know what? Brady just told his team he still thinks they can win. And I don't think the Falcons are really going to understand that. And then sure enough, the Patriots scored on that possession. And I remember on the next possession was that famous Matt Ryan fumble. And the Patriots recovered it. And I remember they panned to Tom Brady at some point before he put his helmet on. And he had this look on his face like, I can't believe they just gave me the ball back.
Our thanks to Jackson Michael for being with us today. Look for his podcast, Unvarnished Football, co-hosted with NFL executive legend Upton Bell. And come on back here next week for another fun history lesson. And don't forget, it's your Texas. Own it.